Hey guys, how are y'all? I'm just trying to test this new microphone which I have enabled as a noise cancelling option, and certainly I have some noise. Where is the noise? Noise, yeah, lots of fans, yeah. I have put a muffle on this, just wanted to test based on that. And yes, we have a certain amount of exploration to do. I'll just go to this GitHub library. Wow, this is something new. And if you see like import warnings and all those things, yeah, this is IPYNB kernel's problem. So right now, my focus is on the video of what I'm going to do this. This guy has a GitHub repository where he is doing Spark experiments, and he was explaining the reading the query in DAG. So in Spark, we have a DAG. What does a DAG means? A directed acyclic graph, which represents each and every state of the function that we are trying to process while doing the data processing, basically, right? So this is one of the scripts he was using to explain certain topics. What I see from here is he's reading some files which are in Parquet format, and then we have a aeroplane going up above. Not sure it is being captured here, but yeah, let's see. Now we have narrow operations and wide operations. What are narrow operations? Wide operations? I'm a total newbie in this. So what we will do is we'll just go through it for now. So narrow operations are basically another blast. It's Diwali time, man. The crackers will be exploding here and there, and they will be pushing their volume in here in the microphone, and that is what this test is for, right? So, so reading the files and then narrow operations, which are filter, with column, select, and all those things. Wide, these are joins. These are group by. Oh, I understand. These ones are simpler ones. This will act on a particular data frame only. PySpark data frame, do remember that, okay? It's not a normal pandas or polars data frame. It's PySpark data frame. It has some meaning. What is that meaning? It is distributed over a lot of worker nodes, and one driver node is basically trying to orchestrate all the shuffling between the worker nodes of these data frames. So, this is filter, this is with column, this is select, this is like basically modifying. The moment two data frames are there, we are trying some other operations like joining, short merge join, broadcast join. Now, broadcast join, I remember. So, if you have a very big table in multiple worker nodes and you are trying to join it with a very small data frame, whose presence is fairly less than those. So what will you actually do is you will try to cache it and then distribute it all over the worker nodes. This small table, basically the moment this small table is going over all the worker nodes to get joined, this is broadcast join, because we are broadcasting the small table over the worker nodes. That is what this broadcast join means. I never saw an example or understanding of short merge join, but yeah, it will be like two tables and then we are just trying to join them basically. Group by, oh, we are just doing a count of all the records which are present in the data frame. Now, PySpark's data frame is always on the worker nodes, right? Big ones. So, what happens is basically um, if we want to count the number of rows in that, we have to go to each worker node and count and then combine everything. Same with goes with sum and count distinct as well. Now the duplication is always at play. So reading the file, he just read the file like this. This is a spark.read.parquet transaction file. Transaction file he has somewhere. Maybe somewhere mentioned. I don't know. He might have shared, but we have some glimpse of that data that was there. So this is a customer start date, end date, transaction ID, date, year, month, day, expense, amount, city. So it's just a like some kind of transactional data. Start date and end date, what was the transaction and which city it worked on, right? Now a batch refers to a group of rows that are processed together. New definition for me. Yeah, I'm a dumb guy. But yeah, so let's focus. So he basically read a customer file. Here it was transactional file, transactions file. Here it is customer files, and customers also have a lot of information: what kind of gender, what kind of age, where they are, what are their names. Oh, it seems everyone is our own same family member, I believe. So now the narrow transformations, the idea of filtering. Filtering means like you are based on a city, you are going to filter all the rows. Cool. Now you are going to add the first name and the last name. So if you observe here, the name was only like Aaron and Abbott, Aaron Austin, Aaron Barnes, Aaron Barrett, Aaron Becker. Now everyone is like this Aaron. Abby? Where did Abby come from? Oh, it might be somewhere in the down, some other worker node which did not show up in the first example. Right? And then, oh my god, the ages are in float format. Awesome. Here they are in integer format. Integer format means there is no decimal point. Here, it's floating point. Well, there might be some other representations or it will be said something else. But yeah, what I understand, floating, decimal, same. Integer, no decimal. All good for me. Even the birthdays are also there. Has meaningless privacy issues. This guy knows everything. And yeah, basically they filtered out based on the integer. They are casting it to integer. Man, just see the age is being casted to integer and just checking whether they are more than 50. If they are, if they are, then we are going to enjoy the customer who are in the group of 50 and format nope. Hey man, I'm completely new to this. No op, I don't know. Override, sure. And yeah, it's being saved into this particular operation. I don't know where he used the transactions table, but yeah, customer table is being used. Awesome. Enjoy. Yeah, transaction tables. Oh, we totally missed them out. So this is filter, and this is filter.column Boston, and then with column we are creating the name, first name. Basically we are splitting it over this one, get item 0, get item 1, and with column, that column lit 5 is basically we are just putting 5 value into that. Um, yeah. So which column it was? Age. Yeah. So not sure what is lit 5. Lit 5. Lit 5. 5. What does 5 mean? Oh, an existing column adding 5 to the age column. Yeah, they are basically just adding lit 5. What lit does is, but it creates a temporary row, column, right? And with that column, it is trying to add to the age. That is how it is being done, right? Now we look at the void operations. So void operations is like short merge join, broadcast join. Let's see what does short merge join do. So you have a spark conf set, spark conf auto broadcast join threshold to -1. Okay, so what it is basically doing, what I understand is he is basically disabling that broadcast join threshold to -1. So basically disabling the broadcast join. Okay, and once we are ready with short merge join, what he is doing is he is combining the transaction folder, transaction data frame, and the customer data frame with that onto the inner join, and then based on the customer ID. So if you see this table, right, we have customer ID in the transactions table, in the customer table, man, and also in the transactions table. So what he is doing, whatever the common transactions we have, he is basically combining all of them, and combining all of them, giving the result like that. Okay, now what about the broadcast line? Now he is enabling the broadcast line. If you see, it's some non-zero value, or it's some maximum value that he can put forward to do a particular broadcast line at a particular setting. Like if the size of the data frame or the number of records are like that, then we will basically do the broadcast line. So he is doing f dot broadcast line here. You observe this, right? Broadcast. Here it's only a join, not a broadcast join. Okay. He is a join. Oh my god. Oh, so DF customer. See, if you see the DF customer, right? Customer table is always less compared to the number of transactions we will be having. So customer table is less. That means we have to broadcast it over all the worker nodes in the PySpark domain, right? So all within all the worker nodes we have transaction table, and then we are trying to broadcast a customer table to everywhere, and then we are doing the inner join, right? Okay, we have another operation called group by. Group by is basically we are trying to combine everything based on the number of transactions as per the city, right? We have so many cities over here, and then we have the count for them, right? Similarly, we will have the sum of them based on the transaction amount that they are doing. So how much sales were generated, or like how much sales was done for a particular uh, for all the products for a particular city. So this is what it is doing right now, right? And then he's doing this show false, right? Okay, so count distinct. Now he just want to do the transaction ID and total number of transactions that is happening per city. That is what this means. Okay, and then he is just stopping. So right now I believe I have given a lot of information which I knew, disclaimer, big disclaimer, and how this microphone works. And probably I will thank Mr. Ahmad to share this with me, because I never had this kind of introduction to PySpark. Let's go to the next video. Bye bye.